Welcome to Delphi Oracle Healing Tarot with Goddess Life. I'm Goddess Life and I'm reading for you intuitively, traditionally, and energetically. Always take it how it resonates. This is a healing tarot channel, so we're going to focus on healing, right? We're going to get a oracle message from Spirit. We're going to hit it with some tarot for clarification. And then we are going to get 3D self-care message from Spirit and a 5D self-love message from Spirit at the end of the throw. In the day and age of rebranding, I suppose this is what I am going to be doing with my own brand. Should we call it that? Um, I don't know if it's the energy of this full moon. We are in the full moon of Libra energy. We had the full moon grace us over the weekend, and we are still in the energy of that full moon. And I was doing a bit of channeling from Spirit, and I got this message that I want to share with you all. Okay. This full moon energy is highlighting injustice. Okay. Private injustice, personal and public, all injustice must be corrected for collective ascension, which is what we are in the labor birthing pains of right now, is a collective ascension. We are knees deep in a shift in our reality, and things are changing in ways that have never been brought about before, right? So anyway, injustice must be corrected for collective ascension. Start with the self. Correct injustice perpetrated on you, beginning with the healing process. You begin your healing process. Whatever injustices these may have been in the employment sector, family, with your parents, friends, acquaintances, lovers, exes, whatever it is. If there was some sort of injustice that was perpetrated on you, unprovoked, or otherwise, I guess injustice is injustice, but now is the time to start the healing process, right? The healing process initiates the self autocorrect. So I'm calling it self autocorrect, which needs to be first programmed by implementing code of positive affirmations. So this first step of healing is not repeating the same story. It's not repeating the story of the injustice that's been done to you. The first step in healing is doing like an autocorrect and affirming new things. We're not going to affirm that old story anymore. Now we are affirming what we would like to see in our 3D physical experience. And so start by being fair to yourself. You didn't know what you didn't know, but you do now. And that gives you a new threshold, so to speak. It gives you a new control that you might not have had before. So everything happens for a reason. Even our painful experiences are there to trigger some sort of transformation. And so fortunately, we are able to alchemize in these situations and take this negative energy and transmute it into positive energy that we can use to manifest and co-create with source energy what we do wish to see in our 3D physical experience. Sometimes the contrast is there to first alert us to what we don't want so that we can hone in and really grab hold of what we do want. So based on that information, I feel like, again, like I said, this full moon is like a big spotlight, and it is illuminating some injustices, some things that we need to be aware of, have eyes on, and correct. And a lot of times it starts with self-correcting, self-auto-correcting with our own injustices that we been have experienced in this life, okay? And each one to its own power. So we start doing that, and collectively we will join together in this healed effort in order to be ready for what's coming up next, okay? And it's been a long time, a couple of years. I would notice in the past couple of years, I've really been channeling my great grandmother. We will call her LCT. And LCT had a lot of unconventional wisdom. She had a lot of ways with words and how to put things to really, stick with you. And so for today's reading and probably upcoming in the future, for my intro, I guess I'm going to channel my great grandmother LCT, because if she were alive today, she would have a lot to say about what's going on. And right now, the biggest message that I'm getting from her right now is stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Well, what is getting ready to happen, especially if you are in the United States and you're watching me in the country of the United States of America? Woo, child. The stuff that we see that is going on, not only in our entertainment industry, politically speaking, economically speaking, if we don't get ourselves together here very shortly, we are going to be like a lost ball in high weeds. We are going to be left out, cast out. We are going to get run over. So it is time for us to first heal ourselves so that we can rebuild our energy, our strength, because the battle is coming. And it's a spiritual battle. And I'm not fear mongering at all. I hate that shit. What I'm trying to do is give a little bit of a verbal prod so that we can start getting ourselves together because of what is going on in this world. One way or another, we're all affected by what's happening with our political leadership or lack thereof, what's happening in our social constructs, what is happening with our economic misstepping, misfooting, right? There's no way in the world stuff should be as expensive as it is. There's no way in hell in the most prosperous, arguably, the most prosperous, wealthy country in the world should have this much poverty and homelessness and helplessness and hopelessness. It makes no sense. You feel me? So, said all that really to say is that we are going into a time where we're going to have to get on the good foot. We're going to have to be ready for anything. There is nothing new under the sun, but there are just different aspects, angles, and twists that's put on shit these days. You might not recognize where people are coming from, but listen. Hold steadfast to the truth and the promise that there are new heavens and a new earth in which we are waiting according to his promise. And in these righteousness is to dwell. So sometimes stuff shakes loose in order to split the wheat from the tare, in order to shake out, uproot who is the righteous ones, the righteous one. Okay. So now we're going to go to the cards and have a look at the cards, and we are going to look at this full moon in Libra energy and see what Spirit's message is for us. What do you need release? And the bottom of the deck, we've got show the world the real you, which is imperative. Authenticity at this point, at this time. And if you don't know yourself, you need to get to finding out. You need to do some deep introspection and hone in on and identify who it is that you are. Who do you represent here in this reality dimension? It's just not all about things and materialism and money. And those things are important. There's nothing wrong with those things out of in itself. But just the sole pursuit of those things is, and not acquiring energy for your soul, and not speaking out against things that are not right that we see going on, and just keeping your nose to the grind, right? Dancing in the mud pit like a Hebrew slave, and not taking ownership of at least the things that have been done to you. Heal yourself so that you can be in a position to pick up the torch when time comes and help fight for somebody else, right? That's where we're at with things. What do you want to release? Maybe fear, maybe humiliation. Maybe you should need to release, some old subconscious limiting beliefs about who you are, what you represent, and what you're able to do in this reality experience. Because Spirit says you are good enough. With Virgo and full moon card showing up here, you are good enough. Also, prosperity lies ahead with this Taurus energy that's coming up here for us. And so back to back, that is earth energy. That is real life. That is 3D concerns that spirit is wanting us to know that you're ready. And if there's healing that needs to be done, you can do it on, you can continue to do your healing as you are preparing for this spiritual battle, right? That's already begun. And but we are awakening, grand awakening. We are awakening to what our role is now in this spiritual battle. Energy. It's a battle over energy. It's a battle for energy. Your energy matters. Your energy matters. Your energy matters. So we are in the zodiac sign of Aries, and Spirit is also telling us that there's a fiery climax that is approaching, and to surrender to the divine in this full moon energy, we are told to surrender to the divine. In other words, things that you can't change, leave it, just leave it for the divine to reconcile that for you, right? We're not in an energy of vengeance at this time. We are in an energy of holy rage at this time that we are entitled to and have every right to feel when we are in the throes of the kind of mess that humanity is currently witnessing. One thing LCT used to say, my great grandmother, she would always question, what kind of mess is this? What kind of mess is this? And I have been hearing her voice continuously in my head over the past, couple of weeks, few weeks, couple of months, a year or so. What kind of mess is this? This is some mess that we are witnessing, that we are being thrust into, that we are being forced to, hold our nose to this mess. And it's not pleasing to the divine. It's not our destiny to have to muddle around in mess, to have to witness this, to be forced to partake in it. That's not what we're here for. And I'm here to tell you, as the messenger, that it's time to wake up, grand awakening. It's time to get ourselves together. It's time to, take ownership and accountability. And it's time to do it in the energy and spirit of self-love. You're not to beat yourself up because somebody abused you or took advantage of you, or because you were manipulated by some evil force in a meat suit. You are to be forgiven to that energy and to your own. It's time for healing. It's time for reconciliation of self. So let's put down some tarot here and see what needs to be released. So judgment card, judgment. I'm getting this in two ways. It's judgment day, right? It's the time of judgment in this energy. So never do we judge others. If anything, you are to examine your own judgment, your own discernment, your own ability to look at a situation, size it up, see it for what it is, and then act accordingly. Okay. Judgment. What do you need to release? And also maybe you need to release judgment of others. Maybe you need to release, because the judgment that you cast on others is the judgment that you are pulling out from your own self. What you pick apart in somebody else is the shit you don't like about yourself. And we need to stop projecting our own insecurities and iniquities off on other people. That's the type of accountability and healing that we need to do. My throat chakra. They desperately don't want me to go tap into this energy. They desperately don't want me to become that which I am. Okay? Because I am that I am. That's just the end of it. It's already done. It's futile. And you get that type of strength when you realize that you make of it what it is. Your judgment of what a situation is. You can look at it and say, that situation occurred, or that circumstance that came to me because I deserved it. I deserved whatever came out of that. That was a negative ending. Or you can look at it as it was, an obstacle that I found to be surmountable. And now I know how powerful and strong that I am. I am that I am. Understand? You are good enough. And that is what we are clarifying with the tarot of the Nine of Cups. You are good enough for that self-fulfillment. You are good enough and you are worthy to have that wish fulfillment, that which you seek. Nothing is impossible. We live in a day and time of infinite outcomes. So why choose the negative ones? Why only look towards the negative outcomes as how things are going to go for you? Infinite outcomes. Anything can happen. That's where we're at. And that's what you need to know. And prosperity lies ahead. Forward movement. Forward move. We are moving forward with or without you. I'm not trying to be harsh, but that is where we are. That's where the lost ball and high weeds comment comes from, because we are rolling forward. And if you don't move forward with the movement, with the ascension, you're going to get left behind. You're going to get left back. And that's not what we want. We want all of our energy with the Hierophant coming out. I said the Hierophant has joined us today with prosperity moving ahead. So this is the energy of source energy, God, the Most High, Allah, whoever that it is that you serve as God. This is the energy that has come to join us right now. Pure divine energy that we surrender to right over here. We haven't clarified that one yet, but the Hierophant is sitting right here, in the middle of our spread here, with prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Okay, there's so much that I can say about this and how this has come together, but really it is that you rely on the divine energy of source for your healing, for your discernment, for your judgment, for your knowledge. You rely, and for your understanding, you rely on that energy of the divine that is here in abundance for you right now. Right now, that's why it's showing up in this reading. And a fiery climax approaches. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? That's the question that's laid down here for contemplation. And it's time to decide. It's time to decide. Are you going to, even through your silence, allow the wicked ones, the wicked energy, low vibrational, consuming energy to just continue on and ravish the rest of whatever it is that we have left here? Or are you going to stand up for something? You stand for something or you fall for anything. And that's up to you. That's your choice. That is your choice. Personally, I'd like to see everybody manifest their heart's desires into their 3D physical experience. Okay? But everybody is not on that same page. There's a lot of energies that just want to consume your energies, and they do not want you to use your own energy with source to co-create wish fulfillment, which you're entitled to because you are good enough. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Surrender to the divine. Oh my God, I'm going to start dancing. Surrender to the divine is clarified by 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Let that burden go. Lay down your burden. Down by the riverside. I don't know, that is an old hymn. I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside. Well, see, I'm not as religious, but I was brought up in a religious background, so I have tons of references for all kinds of things. And this is what this is giving. Each one of these is 100 pounds. Each one of these wands is 100 pounds of stress and pressure and denials and give it one hand and take with the other type scenarios. And it's time to lay that shit down and allow the divine to lead you unto greener pastures. It's basically with Queen of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling the truth. I am telling the God's honest truth. Okay. So what do we have here? We have it's your decision. We have that you are blessed with divine energy and divine power. You can very well heal from within. You can very well have a cause, pick a cause, and choose to put your energy towards defending and strengthening within that power of that cause. That is what we are being called to do. And there's so many now. You could just have but to pick one. You could just have but to pick one. Okay, so let me wrap this up for you. Let us go and get our 3D self-care message, and it is look to the stars. Look to the stars. Okay, and I am getting also not just the stars, being aware of what moon phase we're in, being aware of constellations, being aware of what zodiac constellations, like we are in Libra. So now you know it's pretty much like go time in a way. We are in a full moon in Libra energy, which focuses on justice, or like I said earlier, it's time for us to look at these injustices. It's time for us to pull our energy away from these things that are no longer serving us. That's what we need to release. We need to release the idea that all these celebrities and stuff that's being named and all this heinous shit are not involved. Innocent till proven guilty. I get all of that. But there's just way too much stuff coming out right now about these people for us to turn a blind eye, look the other way, or God forbid, continue to support them. This is mess. What kind of mess is this? It's mess. Doesn't matter what kind it is, it's mess. To turn a blind eye to what's going on in our political leadership and continue to support someone who appears to have gone insane. And once it's all to not panic or laugh it all off or trust him, what kind of mess is that? What kind of mess is it? Okay. It is time to adjust our focus and wrangle our energy that we have been giving into a system that has been leaving us high and dry, and coming together and coming to one within one's own self in order to co-create the existence that we were meant to live in. And this is not it by far. So our 5D self-love message is open to the universe. I am not kidding. It says open to the universe. So I'll read this for you. I am discovering my worth and my abilities. I have confidence in my value and my potential. I reclaim my inner power. I accept and love myself completely. And that's where this inner power starts. Not a card, I'm talking off the cuff here from what I know. Self-love ignites some sort of magic power within you, and it will take over and help you heal and guide you to who you are supposed to be. I accept and love myself completely. Thus, I am open to the divine light of the universe. What'd I say? What'd I tell you? That's the card. I didn't look at it. I didn't know it was there. That's how we're closing this reading. Okay. I hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope you got something out of it. Take heed to what's being said here. Do the work. If you are doing the work, it is now time to step out of your comfort zone and do the thing. Okay. I will catch up with y'all later with another reading. Bye. It's been Delphi Oracle Healing Tarot.